The story of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner was supposed to become a huge success. However, it became a complete nightmare.
Delayed for years because of
Boeing is trying to reassure customers that
Boeing's Dreamliner was a radical innovation in the airplane industry. Radical innovations make use of cutting-edge technologies. We will have a look at the innovation journey of Boeing. Where did it go wrong and why? The Dreamliner was announced in 2003, but our story doesn't start here. In 2001, a Boeing engineer named John Hart Smith wrote a paper about the dangers of excessive outsourcing. Boeing, however, refused to listen to his advice. This event can be explained with the CK theory. This theory separates the conceptual space from the knowledge base. Smith's arguments were not based on hard facts, which put them in the C space. Boeing did not value his arguments as long as they were not in the knowledge base, and therefore ignored the warning. To build the 787, Boeing increased its outsourcing from 30% up to 77% and fired many of its own engineers to reduce development cost. This decision was based on dominant logic. Dominant logic is the way in which managers conceptualize the business and make critical resource allocating decisions. This excessive outsourcing required Boeing to have a stronger management from the home plant, but they actually managed less. The result of this were poorly managed part-whole relationship, in which individuals' transactions lose sight of the whole innovation effort. In the case of Boeing, this meant that the suppliers wanted to exploit the part they built to get a good return on investment. This leads to parts of the plane not matching up during the assembly. So, for example, we take this model. The wings, they are made in France. The body is made in Japan. Normally, they're supposed to fit together. However, in the Boeing 787 case, this just didn't fit. In 2007, the Boeing 787 was revealed by a rollout. However, this rollout was nothing more than just an empty shell. None of the major systems were installed, and we call this a bricolage. A bricolage is when you solve your problem using resources at hand. So, in the rollout, for example, they connected several parts using temporary fasteners. And it's a bit like this. Here, one finds the difference in the espoused theory, the planning that Boeing claimed to follow, and the theory in use, the actual actions and events that took place. In December 2008, Boeing came with a solution to start tackling all the manufacturing, quality, and assembly problems. The solution was a 24/7 production integration center, in which all the components could be integrated by Boeing itself. This is a good example of change by product development, which means a company goes through organizational changes due to the development of a new product. In December 2009, the integrated hull of the Boeing 787 came to existence when the Dreamliner took to the sky for the first time. Finally, more than 2 years behind schedule. The first delivery to ADA was in 2011. This was 3 years later than planned, but the troubles did not end here. During the following years, the Dreamliner encountered problems with its engine, wiring, battery, and management computers, and so on. The Dreamliner case convinced Boeing of John Hart Smith's paper about excessive outsourcing of production and development. This concept moved to the knowledge space of management, linking back to the CK theory, creating the foundation for further innovation. So now you know why the success story of Boeing turned into a nightmare.